Ladies and gentlemen, even though we have a big Nintendo Direct this week and also next week, that does not mean the Switch 2 news is slowing down, like at all, and the leaks are getting bigger and bigger and kind of more crazy, and it's really all very exciting to talk about. So why don't we just do that? Let's go ahead and get right into this video. So first, in my video yesterday, I said tomorrow there is a Nintendo Direct. That's because I am a complete dumbass. The reason why I said tomorrow is because I thought today was Thursday. I was like living a day in the future every single day this week. So on Monday I thought it was Tuesday, on Tuesday I thought it was Wednesday. And yeah, that's why I was saying tomorrow there's a Nintendo Direct, tomorrow there's a Nintendo Direct. I didn't know what the hell day it was, but we have some big Switch 2 news today that pertains to the Switch 2 Direct and Switch 2 launch date and Switch 2 launch window. And also I found a really cool patent from Nintendo about LCD technology. So yeah, we have a very interesting one today. Before we get started, if you could hit a like and subscribe. We are, God, I don't even know, like 40 subscribers away, 30 subscribers away from 16,000. So let's hit that goal and let's just go ahead and get into this video. So first, let's start with some Nintendo Switch 2 Direct news. One of the main games that have been rumored for this presentation, and we've been anticipating for almost a decade, is Metroid Prime 4. The entire Nintendo Switch generation, every single year, we were sure this game was going to get announced and then eventually come out, but it just never happened. So the rumors and leaks have been saying, well, even though this is going to be a Nintendo Switch game, and Nintendo told us it's going to be a Switch game, it's going to be a dual release, and they're going to show this off at the Switch 2 presentation, and they're going to do a side-by-side comparison, and it's just going to be an easy way to see the differences of both consoles. But now we're getting a report from multiple sources that that is not the case. So we have this leak coming from Xtas1S. I don't even know who this is, but I always see them breaking news and stuff like that, so I guess that's what we're talking about. But it says, according to sources, Metroid Prime 4 Beyond won't appear at the upcoming Nintendo Switch 2 Direct. So if that's the case, I'm almost thinking that this will show up in the Nintendo Direct that's rumored for tomorrow. And I had some stuff from that Direct, allegedly tomorrow, to talk about. And it was basically saying it's going to be a mini Direct plus a partner showcase, I think. Obviously, we'll know by the time this video is probably out, and then we'll see tomorrow. But if this isn't in that presentation on April 2nd, I'm just going to assume this is going to be in the Direct tomorrow. I mean, why else would it not be in that presentation? We've seen Pokemon Legends EA be talked about at the Pokemon Day event, and we had Xenoblade Chronicles X come out, and then this is the last big Nintendo Switch game, you know what I mean, that we're waiting on some information about. So yeah, I could see this actually not showing up on April 2nd, but I just thought this was worth highlighting for a moment. Now, ladies and gentlemen, again, like once again, how many times can we do this? Apparently, infinity is the answer. Let's talk about the Switch 2 release, or launch, or I don't even know how to word this. There's a lot going on here, but there's really not a lot of information. But yeah, let's just talk about the Switch 2 launch plan. Tom Henderson from Insider Gaming, which I think is a pretty reliable source, all things considered. Nintendo Switch 2 will have a 3-phase launch plan for its games. Launch event in June, which is good, with dev kits going out then for most third parties. That is the number one thing right there that had people kind of like wishy-washy on this. 3-phase strategy for games, primarily first party at launch, third party in October, November, then holiday for final phase, which I guess would be indie games, maybe? And I think there's an article that talks about this a little bit more, but people are saying this doesn't make sense right here because dev kits should have already been out for like quite a while. And while I do think that's true for a first party, obviously, what I think happened here and is happening here and did happen here and will continue to happen here, I could probably keep going. The reason why I'm talking like this is because I lost my train of thought. The way I think this works out though is even though third party does not have dev kits, that does not mean third party has not been working on games for the Nintendo Switch 2. And I was reading about how this works is third party has been working on games for the Switch 2, but they're just going off what they think the console will be capable of. Like basically make games for the Nintendo Switch, but just a more powerful Nintendo Switch. So they'll have games, let's say like 85% complete, maybe even more. And then once they get the dev kits, they will make the final adjustments and final tweaks, and then we will get the game. But this does not mean that third-party games have not been worked on. So this could be true information, but at the same time, it could be complete BS. And even though I think Tom Henderson does like have a little bit of credibility, I'm gonna go out on a limb and say this information I'm not going to believe, not just yet. I could see there be like a 3-phase strategy for games, you know what I mean? Like Nintendo wants to focus on the first party stuff first, and that's what's going to sell the console. Nintendo switched to exclusive games, you know what I mean? So if they're just talking about all third-party stuff, it's like, well, I can play that on other consoles, and I have a Switch, and if a lot of these games are dual releases, there's really no point in getting the Switch too. So I really do think it's smart to just focus on first-party exclusive games at the forefront. But another small piece of information to take away from this, if it is true, is launch event in June. So we've been going back and forth between May and June launch. A lot of stuff is pointing towards May, but I'm still holding out my hope for June. I know that sounds crazy, but I'd rather it be something that seems more reasonable than to think it's May and then that day come and go and then be disappointed. So I'm just going to say June. Obviously, I'm pretty sure we'll know on April 2nd, which is next week, so not that much more time. Now, we've been talking about LCD screens on the Switch 2 over and over. LCD screens, why not OLED? I don't know who Nintendo is getting the screens from. I want to say Samsung. I think that's who they got them for originally on the Switch. I'm not sure about the OLED screens. If I can find any of that information, I'll be putting it on the screen right now. But I think Nintendo is also working on their own LCD technology. And the reason why I say that is, well, because I found like proof of them doing that. I found this new patent from Nintendo that was published on March 25th, which is the day I'm recording this video. And it just says light emitting apparatus. And I was looking down here and I was kind of reading it and I didn't really know what the hell was going on. And they always have pictures in here, but I just see this right here and I'm like, I really can't tell what that is. I mean, it kind of looks like some kind of screen, some kind of something. So I just Googled light emitting apparatus and yeah, apparently this is just an LED screen. So I feel pretty stupid, all things considered, that I did not know what that is. But now that I know what that is, you know, you gotta learn. You can't know everything. And I'm not saying I'm a genius. You probably can take away that I'm not a genius if you've been a supporter of this channel for a while. But yeah, I like to learn. And now I know that's what that is. But what would this be for? And you can see right here, this is, what are they called? These like nodes, or I cannot remember what the exact little thing in a screen is called, like where the pixels come out of. But you can see right here that it seems like it's covering a bigger area. So normally I think it would just go right here, maybe up and down, and there would be, let's say, I think there's 1, 2, 3 here, so each one of these would cover just the area above them. This one seems like it's covering that way, and then these would obviously do the same, going back and forth, and I think it's just making a better, fuller picture. And this kind of goes with what I was saying about LCD technology coming so far since the Switch launch in 2017. And everybody's saying, God, an LCD screen again? And OLED is cool, and it probably is going to look better. I play my Switch Lite all the time for no reason. Like, I have a Switch OLED, and what I'll do, some games I get, I'll play on my Switch OLED, and just to mix it up, and to make sure I'm using the consoles that I have, and I don't have them for no reason, I'll play some games on my Switch Lite. Like, maybe it looks better on my Switch OLED, I don't care, I'm going to play it on my Switch Lite. After playing for like 20 minutes, I don't even think about it. I'm just enjoying a good game. So I really couldn't care less about what kind of screen it is, because I'm sure LCD technology just came so far. But as always, what do you guys think about this? Because your opinion matters most. Again, forgive me for saying a Nintendo Direct was tomorrow. I was under the impression in my head that I was making that video on Tuesday, and that video would come out on Wednesday, and then the next day would be Thursday. But apparently I was just living a day in the future. So yeah, these things happen. But let me know what you guys are thinking. If you made it to this part of the video, if you could do me a favor and hit a like and subscribe, that would truly mean the world to me. And follow me on Twitter and Instagram. We are going on both platforms. I would love to hit 600 followers on Instagram, and I would love to hit 100 followers on Twitter, and also 16K on YouTube. And you guys know me, I will see you very soon with a new video. Peace out.